Welcome back to Z Coins. If you have any old quarters lying around, this video might just change your life. Today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about coins in US history, the 1994 D Mint Mark quarter. Believe it or not, some of these coins have been valued at up to $89,000 in the current collector's market. That's right, $89,000. And it could be sitting right in your pocket right now. Let's talk about what makes the 1994 D quarter so special. First, the basics. This quarter was minted in Denver, hence the D Mint mark, and was part of the standard Washington quarter series. Over 1 billion quarters were produced in 1994. Yes, you heard that correctly. 1 billion. So why is this one worth so much money? Here's the thing. Not all 1994 D quarters are valuable, but a very specific few are worth a fortune. The big money comes from errors, minting mistakes, and a select group of extremely well-preserved coins that have never been in circulation. We're talking pristine, top-grade specimens that have been graded MS67 or higher. MS stands for mint state, and the higher the number, the closer the coin is to perfect condition. Only a handful of 1994 D quarters have ever been found in MS68 condition, and those are the ones fetching huge prices at auction houses. Now let's talk about the million-dollar question. How do you know if your 1994 D quarter is one of the rare ones? There are a few things to look for. Number 1, condition. If your quarter looks like it just came out of a bank roll, no scratches, no wear, no discoloration, you might have something special. Hold it under a bright light and check the details on George Washington's face, the word Liberty, and the eagle on the reverse. If the lines are razor sharp and there's a mirror-like shine, you might want to get it professionally graded. Number 2, mint errors. Some 1994 D quarters have off-center strikes, double dies, or issues with the metal itself. One rare error is a double die obverse. That means the design on the front of the coin was stamped twice, slightly misaligned. These are extremely rare and can send the value of your coin into the thousands instantly. Other errors include clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is literally missing, and struck through errors where foreign objects got in the way during minting. Now here's the real kicker. In recent years, a 1994 D quarter in nearly flawless mint state 68 was sold for $89,000 at a public auction. The coin was slabbed and certified by a top-tier grading company. Why so much money? You're not just buying a coin. You're buying rarity. You're buying perfection. You're buying a piece of American history that only a few people will ever owe. So what should you do if you think you have one? First, don't clean it. Seriously, never clean a coin. That can drop the value to almost nothing instantly. Second, handle it carefully, preferably with gloves. Third, take it to a reputable coin dealer or submit it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll tell you exactly what you've got and what it's worth. Here's a fun fact. Many of these valuable coins are still being found in pocket change. That's right. People are discovering small fortunes in their couch cushions, parking meters, and laundry machines. The 1994 D quarter is a sleeper coin. Most people overlook it, but not you. Now you know what to look for. Before we wrap up, let's do a quick checklist. If your 1994 D quarter has a sharp strike, no wear, a flawless surface, and possibly an error like a double die or off-center strike, get it graded. You could be sitting on thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. And if you're one of the lucky few holding an MS68, congratulations. That coin could bring you up to $89,000 in today's market. We're diving into the mystery and excitement behind one of the most talked about modern coins in American numismatic history, the legendary 2001 D quarter dollar coin that some collectors say could be worth up to $77,000. Yes, you heard that right. A simple quarter, just 25 cents, potentially worth tens of thousands of dollars. So what's the story behind it? What makes this coin so rare, so special, and so highly sought after by collectors across the world? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. And who knows, you might just discover a treasure hiding in your own coin jar. Let's go back in time for a moment. The year is 2001. The United States Mint is in full swing with the 50-state quarters program, a hugely popular initiative launched in 1999 to celebrate each of the 50 states. Each year, 5 new designs were released, and in 2001, one of the most notable was the Kentucky State Quarter. But this story isn't just about Kentucky. It's about the Denver Mint version, the one with a small D mint mark, which holds a surprise that shocked the coin-collecting community. Now here's where things get interesting. Most quarters minted in 2001 are worth their face value. But among them, a few were struck with errors, misalignments, or incredibly rare die varieties. These mistakes are not easy to find, but when they are, collectors are willing to pay big money to get their hands on them. One of the most talked about examples is a 2001 D quarter that was recently valued at over $77,000 in pristine mint condition. That's not just hype. It's based on actual sales and appraisals from serious numismatic auctions and collectors. So what makes this coin so valuable? Let's break it down. First, we have to talk about mint errors. Mint errors are accidental mistakes made during the coin's production. They can include double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and misaligned dies. When these errors occur on a coin like the 2001 D quarter, they can elevate its value dramatically, especially if the error is extremely rare or dramatic. Second, condition matters. Collectors use a grading scale from 1 to 70, and coins that score a perfect 70 are considered flawless. If your 2001 D quarter is in uncirculated condition or has been professionally graded at a high level, say MS67 or higher, its value can skyrocket. Third, scarcity and demand. Some varieties of the 2001 D quarter have such limited numbers that they are virtually impossible to find in circulation today. When collectors compete for these coins at auctions, prices can jump into 5 figures very quickly. That's exactly what's happened in several high-profile cases. And finally, we have historical intrigue. The 2001 D quarter is linked to a deeper history that dates all the way back to the founding of the United States Mint in 1791. That's right, the number 1791 isn't just random. It marks the year the U.S. Mint was established under the Coinage Act, which means that some collectors and sellers use the 1791 mark or reference to connect the modern coin back to that symbolic origin. But let's pause for a second. How can you know if you're holding a valuable 2001 D quarter? Here's what you should look for. Number 1. Check the mint mark. It should have a small d below the words United States of America on the reverse side. This indicates it was made at the Denver Mint. Number 2. Examine the coin under a magnifying glass or microscope. Look for doubling on the lettering or images, especially around the words Liberty and In God We Trust. Any signs of doubling or misalignment could point to a rare error. Number 3. Look for coins in perfect or near-perfect condition. No scratches, discoloration, or wear. If your quarter looks like it just came out of the mint, you might want to consider having it professionally graded. Number 4. Research recent sales. Online auction sites like eBay or Heritage Auctions can give you a sense of what these coins are actually selling for. Some have been listed for tens of thousands, but remember, the ones that actually sell for top dollar are usually certified and error-specific. Now, you might be wondering, is this just hype? The answer is no. While not every 2001 D quarter is worth thousands, the rarest and best-preserved ones with unique errors absolutely are. Coins like these aren't just currency. They're history, art, and investment all in one. And here's the best part. These quarters are still out there. In piggy banks, in forgotten rolls of coins, in jars on kitchen counters, maybe even in your own collection. So take a few minutes today. Go through your spare change. Look at every 2001 D quarter you find. You never know, that one coin could be worth more than your monthly salary, or even a year's rent. Before we wrap up, here's a quick bonus tip. If you do find a coin you think might be valuable, don't clean it. Don't polish it. Cleaning a coin can reduce its value drastically. Leave it exactly as it is and consult a professional coin grader or a trusted local dealer. If you're a coin collector or just someone who loves discovering rare valuables, you're in for a treat today. Because in this episode, we're uncovering the jaw-dropping story behind one of the most mysterious and highly prized state quarters in U.S. coin history. I'm talking about the 2004 P Wisconsin quarter dollar, also known by collectors as the 2004 P 1845 error coin. This seemingly ordinary coin could be worth as much as $70,000 if you're lucky enough to own the right one. So stick around as we uncover everything from its history to its skyrocketing value in the current market. Now let's rewind the clock to the year 2004. The United States Mint was in the middle of its wildly successful 50-state quarters program. Each quarter released in the series honored a different U.S. state with a unique reverse design. In 2004, 5 state quarters were released, and one of them was Wisconsin. The Wisconsin quarter features an image of a cow, a wheel of cheese, and an ear of corn, fitting symbols for the dairy state. But hidden within some of these coins was a minting mistake that would change the game forever. The Philadelphia Mint. A small number of Wisconsin quarters were accidentally produced with a noticeable flaw, or as collectors call it, a variety. This error is known as the extra leaf error, and it comes in 2 versions, the high leaf and the low leaf. Both versions show an additional leaf near the left side of the corn husk, a feature that was never meant to be there. It's subtle if you're not looking for it, but once you spot it, it's impossible to miss. And that tiny leaf has turned this coin into one of the most talked about modern errors in U.S. coinage. Experts and numismatists still debate whether this was a simple die gouge, a deliberate test engraving, or even an intentional act by a mint employee. But whatever the origin, one thing is clear. These error quarters are rare, and collectors want them badly. Now here's where things get really exciting. When the error was first discovered, people began checking their pocket change like never before. Media outlets covered the story, and coin dealers reported a huge surge in demand. Some of these error coins sold for hundreds of dollars right out of the gate. But over time, as the number of verified specimens remained extremely low, the value began to skyrocket. Today, a certified extra leaf Wisconsin quarter in pristine condition can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. In fact, one particularly well-preserved 2004 Wisconsin extra leaf low variety sold for an eye-popping $70,000 at auction. $70,000 for a single quarter. Let that sink in. So what makes this coin so valuable? First, its rarity. Estimates suggest that only a few thousand of each variety, high leaf and low leaf, exist in total. That's compared to over 200 million Wisconsin quarters minted in Philadelphia that year. Finding an error variety among them is like searching for a needle in a haystack. Second, condition matters. The highest prices are paid for coins that have been professionally graded in near-perfect condition, especially those graded MS67 or higher. And third, demand. Collectors love state quarters, and error coins are one of the hottest niches in the hobby. When you combine those 3 factors, rarity, condition, and demand, you get the recipe for a truly valuable coin. Now let's talk about how you can check if you have one of these hidden treasures. First, find a 2004 Wisconsin state quarter with a P mint mark, indicating it was struck in Philadelphia. Flip it over and examine the corn stalk on the left side of the reverse. If there's an extra leaf curling near the bottom or rising up toward the middle, you may have struck gold. Well, maybe not actual gold, but possibly tens of thousands of dollars in cold hard cash. It's worth having the coin examined by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to determine its authenticity and value. Let's look at a few examples of real sales to understand the current market. A 2004 Wisconsin quarter with the low leaf variety graded MS67 recently sold at auction for over $40,000. A high leaf variety in similar condition pulled in just under $30,000. Even circulated versions in good condition regularly sell for $500 to $2,000 online. It's important to note that condition is everything. A coin that looks clean, sharp, and untarnished is going to command a much higher price than one that's worn or scratched. So what does all this mean for you? It means that one of the most valuable modern coins in U.S. history could be sitting in your pocket change, your coin jar, or even stuck between your couch cushions. All it takes is a sharp eye and a little knowledge to spot it. Imagine turning a 25-cent coin into $70,000 just by recognizing a tiny flaw most people overlook. That's the thrill of coin collecting, and that's why we do what we do here on this channel. So here's your homework. After this video ends, go grab every 2004 Wisconsin quarter you can find and take a close look. Use a magnifying glass if you have to, and if you spot that extra leaf, congratulations, you just found yourself a ticket to the big leagues of coin collecting. Could actually be worth as much as $68,000? You heard that right. One rare and mysterious coin from 2007, a $quarter with a D mint mark, has caught the attention of collectors across the world. And the story behind it just might change the way you look at your spare change forever. I end this video. We are diving deep into the unbelievable story of the 2007 D1896 Mint Mark quarter dollar. We will explore the coin's history, the incredible details that make it so rare, and how much it is worth in today's market. So sit back, subscribe if you love coin collecting or just want to hear stories about hidden treasures, and let's get into the mystery of the 2007 D quarter that's shaking up the numismatic world. Let's start with the basics. The 2007 quarter was part of the United States Mint's 50-state quarters program. That year, the Mint released 5 different quarters celebrating the states of Montana, Washington, Idaho, Wyoming, and Utah. Each one was struck with the usual mint marks: P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. Now here's where things get interesting. Among those 2007 quarters, a strange variety began to appear. It had a D mint mark, meaning it was struck in Denver, but it also featured an unexpected marking that collectors say links it back to the year 1896. Wait, how does a 2007 quarter carry a marking from more than 100 years earlier? That's where the mystery begins. Experts believe this was either an extraordinary minting error or a deliberate die anomaly, possibly a mix-up involving a repunched or reused die from much older coinage. It's incredibly rare for this kind of overlap to happen, and the result is a one-of-a-kind hybrid coin that's now the subject of intense interest in the numismatic community. What separates the 2007 D1896 variety from the other millions of quarters minted that year is the detail and placement of the unusual marking. The coin has a clear and visible 1896 style stamp that does not belong on a modern coin. This type of anomaly is what collectors live for. The design on the rest of the coin remains consistent with the 2007 Washington quarter series, featuring the iconic image of George Washington on the obverse and the specific state design on the reverse. But the subtle detail of that out-of-place date or mark transforms this from a regular 25-cent piece into a high-value collectible. Now here's the kicker. Only a very limited number of these error coins have ever been discovered. That rarity drives the price up astronomically. When a coin like this is authenticated and verified by grading authorities like PCGS or NGC, it becomes a numismatic superstar. One of the most talked about coin auctions in recent years, a 2007 D quarter dollar featuring this mysterious 1896 marking was sold for an eye-watering $68,000. That's right. A coin that originally cost 25 cents ended up commanding the kind of price usually reserved for gold bars or classic cars. Collectors and historians were stunned, not just by the price, but by how pristine the coin's condition was. Graded as mint state, the coin showed almost no wear and had strong luster, exactly the kind of qualities that drive top dollar in the auction world. This sale has sparked a new wave of interest. People are checking their change, visiting coin shops, and digging through old collections hoping to strike it rich with one of these elusive error coins. So, what is the 2007 D1896 Mint Mark quarter dollar worth today? If you're lucky enough to find one in top condition, current estimates place its value anywhere between $15,000 and $68,000 depending on its grade, clarity, and how clear the error is. Even a lower grade version could still fetch thousands. If you want to find one, pay close attention to the Denver minted quarters from 2007. Look closely under magnification for any odd markings, misplaced digits, or double-struck features. It's also smart to compare your coins to verified photos from coin auction sites and grading agencies. And of course, getting a professional appraisal can confirm if you've really got the jackpot. The story of the 2007 D1896 Mint Mark quarter reminds us of one powerful truth. Not all treasure is buried. Some of it is sitting right in your pocket or in that old coffee can of coins you've been meaning to sort through. If you're new to coin collecting, this is the perfect time to start. Look for mint marks, understand grading, and pay attention to historical details. The US Mint has a rich legacy filled with surprises, and every so often, a little slip at the mint turns into a golden opportunity for collectors like you. So the next time you get change at the grocery store, take a second look. That ordinary-looking quarter might just be the one worth tens of thousands of dollars. We're diving into one of the most surprising coins from recent US Mint history, the 2013 quarter dollar with the Philadelphia Mint mark, the P-Mint. You might think modern coins can't be worth much, but you're about to discover why some 2013 P quarters are valued as high as $50,000. Yes, 50,000. Let's begin with a bit of background. The year 2013 was part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a historic series launched by the United States Mint in 2010. This series featured 5 unique designs each year, honoring national parks and historic sites across the country. In 2013 alone, we saw quarters for White Mountain in New Hampshire, Perry's Victory in Ohio, Great Basin in Nevada, Fort McHenry in Maryland, and Mount Rushmore in South Dakota. Now here's the kicker. Most of these quarters were mass-produced in the hundreds of millions, but a small handful, especially from the Philadelphia Mint, indicated by the P-Mint mark, were struck with rare errors, low mintage prototypes, or exceptional condition that makes them extremely valuable to collectors. Some of these rare varieties have sold for tens of thousands of dollars at auction. So what makes a 2013 P quarter worth $50,000? It comes down to 3 main factors: rarity, condition, and error. First, let's talk rarity. While millions were minted, there are specific versions of the 2013 P quarters that were produced in extremely limited quantities for testing or presentation purposes. These are known as special strike or pattern coins. Sometimes, these coins were never meant for circulation but mysteriously found their way into the public. If you happen to find one of these rare prototypes, you could be holding a coin worth thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. Next, condition. Collectors and grading companies use a scale called the Sheldon scale, which runs from 1 to 70. Coins that score MS 68 or higher are extremely rare, especially for circulation coins. If you have a 2013 P quarter in pristine mint state, with absolutely no scratches, no signs of wear, and a strong strike, it could be worth a fortune. Coins graded MS 69 or even perfect MS 70 by PCGS or NGC have been known to fetch staggering prices at auction. And finally, errors. This is where the big money lies. Some 2013 P quarters have been found with jaw-dropping mint errors. Double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, missing cladding, wrong planchet errors. There are even reports of 2013 P quarters struck on nickel or dime planchets. These are not just interesting anomalies, they're valuable rarities that collectors are willing to pay big bucks for. One such error coin sold for nearly $50,000 due to its unique strike and near-perfect preservation. So what should you look for? Start with the basics. Flip the quarter and examine both the obverse and reverse sides. Look for anything unusual. Is the design doubled? Is the edge misshapen or smooth? Is the image off-center? Is the P-Mint mark distorted or missing? Then consider the condition. The fewer marks and the sharper the details, the higher the potential value. If it looks like it just came off the minting press, you might have something special. Even coins with minor errors or unusual features can be worth hundreds or thousands depending on the demand. Many people overlook modern coins thinking they aren't valuable, but that's not the case anymore. We're living in a golden age of coin collecting, and modern rarities are in high demand. If you think you have a valuable 2013 P quarter, do not clean it. Cleaning can destroy its value instantly. Instead, place it in a soft protective case and have it evaluated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll certify the coin and help you determine its true market value. Right now, in 2025, demand for error coins and modern rarities is stronger than ever. Some collectors are paying more for mint-condition modern coins than for older coins from the 1800s. The key is rarity and condition, a perfect storm that makes certain 2013 P quarters worth up to $50,000. Before you spend another quarter on a vending machine or toss one into your coin jar, take a closer look. You might just be holding a tiny piece of metal that could change your life. We're diving deep into one of the most shocking and exciting finds in modern American coinage history. We're talking about the rare and valuable 2018 D-Mint Mark $quarter coin that's been selling for up to $35,000 in today's market. Yes, you heard that right. A regular-looking quarter minted just a few years ago in 2018 is turning heads and cashing in big in the collector world. So stick around because you might have one of these coins sitting in your pocket, your change jar, or that old drawer at home. Let's get into why this quarter is making waves. First things first, what exactly is the 2018 D-Mint Mark $quarter coin? Well, in 2018, the United States Mint continued its America the Beautiful Quarters program. This was a series that started in 2010 and ran through 2021. Each year, 5 different national parks or historic sites were honored on the reverse of the quarter. Now, the D mint mark means the coin was minted in Denver, Colorado. Over the course of 2018, the Denver Mint struck millions of quarters featuring designs like pictured rocks in Michigan, Apostle Islands in Wisconsin, Voyagers in Minnesota, Cumberland Island in Georgia, and Block Island in Rhode Island. So, what makes one of these coins worth a fortune? It's not just the design, it's the condition, the errors, and most importantly, the rarity of those errors that can send the value soaring. That's right, we're talking about mint errors, misstrikes, and extremely high-grade examples verified by professional grading services like PCGS and Anklets. Talk about the types of errors. Collectors are paying big money for. Some of the rarest and most valuable 2018 D mint mark quarters include coins with double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and struck-through errors. These kinds of errors are extremely rare and typically happen when something goes wrong during the minting process. Imagine a quarter with part of its design doubled or shifted, or one that has a visible mistake made by the machinery. One of the most valuable examples ever found was a 2018 D quarter with a major die break and partial collar strike along with a high mint state grade. That coin was professionally graded and sold for over $35,000 at auction. And that's not a made-up number. These sales have been confirmed by certified auction houses and coin grading companies. Now let's take a look at how you can identify one of these rare quarters in your own pocket. Start by checking the coin's overall condition. If it looks flawless with no scratches, no wear, and a strong strike, it might be worth getting it professionally graded. Look especially at the lettering on the front and back. Is everything crisp and clear? Then check the D mint mark. Is it clear or doubled? Does anything look unusual, like a strange line or shape on the surface of the coin? Grab a magnifying glass and look closely. The smallest detail can mean the difference between 25 cents and thousands of dollars. Now here's where it gets exciting. Even regular 2018 D quarters in high uncirculated grades can sell for over $100. But coins with serious mint errors or ones graded MS68 or higher can easily go for thousands. The highest auctioned coin so far went for over $35,000, and there are rumors of even rarer varieties out there yet to be discovered. That's why coin collectors all over the country are checking their pocket change more than ever. You could be holding on to a small fortune without even knowing it. So what's the current market value of a rare 2018 D mint mark quarter? On average, high-grade uncirculated examples without errors can range from $20 to a few hundred. Error coins, especially those authenticated by PCGS or NGC, can fetch from $500 to $5,000 or more. And those ultra-rare examples with multiple errors or extremely high grades are the ones reaching up to $35,000 and beyond. If you find something you think might be rare, do not clean it, do not damage it, and absolutely do not sell it until it has been looked at by a professional grader. Before we wrap up, let's recap. The 2018 D mint mark quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series. Rare errors like double dies and off-center strikes can increase its value dramatically. A high-grade version with the right error can be worth over $35,000. Check your change, check your jars, and check that forgotten drawer in the kitchen. We are diving deep into one of the most exciting and recent discoveries in American coinage, the 2020 D mint mark $quarter coins. Believe it or not, some of these modern coins have been sold for as much as $18,000. That's right, $18,000 for a coin you could easily overlook in your change jar. Let's unravel the full story behind these valuable 2020 D quarter dollars. Explore their history, the specific coins that are commanding massive premiums, and how you might be holding one of these gems without even realizing it. First, a little context. In the year 2020, the United States Mint launched the final releases of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. This series started back in 2010 and featured unique designs on the reverse side of the quarter, honoring national parks and landmarks across all 50 states and U.S. territories. In 2020, the 5 America the Beautiful designs honored the National Park of American Samoa, Ware Farm National Historic Site in Connecticut, Salt River Bay in the U.S. Virgin Islands, Marsh Billings Rockefeller National Historical Park in Vermont, and the Tallgrass Prairie National Preserve in Kansas. Each of these 5 coins was minted in multiple facilities, including Denver, Philadelphia, and San Francisco. But the one we're focusing on today is the version with the Denver mint mark, the 2020 D quarter. At first glance, this coin may not look all that different. But what sets the valuable ones apart are a few extremely rare error varieties and conditions. Let's talk about the big money coin, the 2020 D-Bat quarter, officially known as the National Park of American Samoa quarter. One of these coins in flawless condition, graded MS68 by PCGS, That's Mint State 68 sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $18,000. That's not a typo. 18 grand for a modern quartered SO. What made this coin worth such a fortune? First, let's talk about condition. The grading scale for coins goes from 1 to 70. A coin graded MS 68 or higher is nearly perfect. With modern coins, high-grade specimens are extremely rare to find straight from circulation. Most coins suffer from bag marks, scratches, or wear from handling. But if you happen to find a 2020 D quarter that looks pristine, it could be worth sending in for professional grading. Second, errors and varieties. Some 2020 D quarters have been found with striking errors, including die breaks, doubling, and off-center strikes. These kinds of mint errors can add tremendous value to a coin. Collectors are always on the lookout for rare mistakes, especially in recent releases. Some bat quarters have shown doubling on the bat's wing, and others have die chips or cuds, especially near the date or lettering. Now let's break down the 5 designs released in 2020 and how each Denver minted version stacks up in the market. The first release of the year was the bat quarter from American Samoa. It quickly became a fan favorite, thanks to the adorable design of the Samoan fruit bat hanging with her pup. It also became one of the most searched for modern quarters due to its striking image and emotional resonance. A 2020 D bat quarter in MS 67 condition can sell for over $100. MS 68 examples, as mentioned, have crossed the $10,000 mark in top-tier auctions. The second release was the Weir Farm quarter. Although not as viral as the bat quarter, it still holds significant value in mint state grades. 2020 D Weir Farm quarters in MS 67 can fetch $50 to $80 depending on demand. Third came the Salt River Bay design, featuring red mangroves rising from the Caribbean. This design had some of the sharpest die strike issues early on, making high-grade examples hard to find. A 2020 D Salt River Bay quarter graded MS 68 can go for several $100s. Next, the Marsh Billings Rockefeller quarter came out, focusing on conservation history in Vermont. This quarter didn't see as many errors, but perfect condition specimens still draw strong interest. And finally, the Tallgrass Prairie quarter featured the graceful sway of native Kansas grassland. This design was praised for its intricate detail, which made minting errors more common. Die chips and doubling are more frequently found here than on other 2020 issues. Now let's talk about the current market value for collectors. While most circulated 2020 D quarters are worth face value, if you find one in uncirculated or near-perfect condition, especially in a sealed mint roll or fresh from a bank, it might be worth sending for grading. As of mid-2025, certified MS 67 examples range from $50 to $500, depending on design. MS 68 examples are exceptionally rare and command thousands, and yes, the highest known auction price remains that $18,000 bat quarter. But here's the real takeaway. These coins are still out there. They're recent. They're modern. They haven't all been graded or pulled from circulation. You can find them in pocket change, bank rolls, or even in mint sets. So what should you look for? Look for the D mint mark on the obverse side, just below the word "I in God we trust." Examine the coin for any doubling, chips, or off-center designs. Check the coin's condition. Are the surfaces flawless? No scratches, no dings, no discoloration? That's your clue. And when in doubt, submit the coin for grading by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC.in. Summary. The 2020 D $quarter coins, especially the American Samoa bat quarter, have earned a place in modern numismatic history. A regular pocket change coin turning into an $18,000 treasure is the kind of story every collector dreams of. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare quarters, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss future coin hunts, rare error discoveries, and market updates. Who knows, the next valuable coin might be sitting in your wallet right now. Until next time, happy collecting and good luck with your treasure hunts.